Guys, welcome back to Codin. So last time we have discussed about some functional programming, how we can use maps, filters, and also the lambda function. So basically it was an anonymous function through which we can perform function, and we had some functional programming. Now today in this lesson we are going to learn about some more functional programming functions. We have recursion, generators, and decorators. What all these functions perform and what are the steps involved to execute it. So guys, if you like my content what I share, do like it and also share it and also subscribe to my channel. Moving towards the very first function that we have is recursion. When we're talking about recursion basically means calling a program again and again itself. That means self-reference of a program. In recursion, what we will do, we will just call that function again and again unless our execution of the program is done. For example, if I have a problem, I need to break it into subparts so that it's easy for me to solve. So that is basically what is recursion. Recursion is it will break the content of one function into different parts so that it is easy for me to execute it and perform the task upon it. So when we are talking about recursion in any programming language, whenever you say a factorial program is the best representation of a recursion programming, because basically in recursion we mean that we can use the function just like loops, means we can use it at infinitely time unless our logic is yet been complete. So let us understand with the help of an example. Understanding factorial function with the help of recursion, we have taken an example over here. I have defined a function fact in which I am passing an argument y. So first of all, the task that I am writing in the Python shell is defining a function fact y in which I am defining a variable y. Then after that I am checking that variable is equals to 1, so it will return me 1. Else if it is the variable is not equals to 1, then it will return me what? Y into fact y minus 1. Means if the number is not 1, then it will move towards the next function where it will check out that y is minus 1. For example, in the fact statement I have passed the argument 5. So when I will move 5 over there, it will check that 5 is equals to 1. It will be if statement will not work. It will move toward the else statement. In what it will happen, 5 minus 1, that is 4. Then it will move to next statement 4, 3, 2, 1 and so on. Because factorial basically means we are multiplying the number by the previous number. Like if we want to calculate the factorial of 5, it will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So that's basically the factorial. So when I am using the factorial 5 over here, and when I will run this program, you can see that I have got the code as 120 as the answer. And you can also multiply 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So you will get the desired output. In this case, we had recursion in which we can call that function again and again. Similarly, we have some decorators that are available in functional programming so that we can modify our function. Basically, what do we mean by modification? Like if we want to make a function like look some change the functionality of the function, means we need to extend the function that the function moves more forward and perform some more task upon it, then what we will do. So here basically when we are talking about decorators basically means if we want to give a function a style, that how the function will work and what function will it first perform, then after that what function it will perform the second and third. Basically just with one function what we can perform. So that is basically what do we mean by decorators, basically extending the functionality of function. Understand decorators with the help of an example. Here in the Python shell what I am writing, I have defined a function named decora in which I am given a argument func. You know what is the argument that we given in the parenthesis. After that I have defined a function that is wrap. Wrap is already available in the Python shell. After that what I am using a print in which I am given some structure. Then I have called that function which had the argument that I have passed in decor. After that I have given the same print statement and then I have returned the function wrap. Basically this wrap function is performing the task which I have defined over here. After that what I am using, after that I am using a def print text statement. Basically this is a function which I have defined that what text will be printed whenever this function is executed. So and this that I have written as decorators. After that I have used the decorated variable in which what I am using, I am calling the decora function which I have defined already at the starting. In that I am passing the value that is the print text. In that what means I am using the print text statement, means I am passing the argument. So here you can see that I have passed the argument function. So here it is taking as print text, and then after that what it will happen, I have asked the decorated function to be called, because the decorated function was basically what I have defined as a variable. So whenever this will execute, first of all the first print statement will execute, then the function I have called, so function I have called will be print text, and after that again this print statement. And now you can see also in the code that this decorators were printed like this: first of all the exclamation mark, then decorators, and then again the exclamation mark. This is the purpose of the decorator function with the help of a example. We can also use this without defining any decorated variable. We can just simply make a function and then we can call it also. These are the two ways through which we can call the decorated function. The next type of function that we have available in functional programming is the generators. When we talk about generators, these are like iterable statements used with lists or tuples. Means these are similar to list and tuple but do not perform the exact functionality that list and tuple do. Like in list and tuple, what we can use, we can give the index value and we can call according to that. But in this, it will not work upon that. It will work basically like a looping statement. That means iterating. Iterating means moving next step, so and on forward. So this can be executed with the help of a yield statement. So here what we are using a yield statement to execute this function. Basically what will yield do? It will make the function infinite. Means we can use it as iteratively. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Here what we have done, we have defined a check function. After that I have given a value of I, that is 4, and then I am using a while loop. I is greater than equals to 0, means while loop will keep on working until it is greater than 0. Then I have used a yield function. Then what I am doing, I am subtracting the value of I minus 1 equals to 1. Then I have used a for loop that it will check in the value of I and then print me the output. So first of all 4 I have given, so 4 is greater than 0, so it will give me the output as 4. After that it will subtract the value minus 1, then 3, then 2 and 1. And you can also see in the output, the thing that I've explained to you is given in the output. We can also have infinite function with the generator, and we can have some finite function with the generator, that we can pass some specific argument and we can get a finite number of generators. So basically in this what we are using, we have defined a num function in which I am passing any value, means any number I am passing to it. After that I have used a for statement. In for statement I am checking a range, that the number that x will be passed in the function, it will check the range based upon that. Then I have used a if statement to check whether the number is divisible by 2. That means whether it is an even number or whether it is an odd number. So the yield will help me print the iteration based upon that. After that, in the print statement, I have passed a number that is 11. So that now you can see whenever I will execute this code, I will get the result in the form of a list in which all the numbers which are divisible by 2 till the series 11 will be printed in that particular list, as you can see in the output. That is basically how we can use generators in a finite. I think you must be clear with the short content about what are decorators, recursions and generators, and how do we basically use them. So guys, if you like the content that I post, do like it, share it, and also subscribe to my channel. And also guys, I always give the link of my website as well as my Instagram page. You can connect me there, and you can also get my detailed notes from my website. So guys, please do keep watching my videos and do watch the video till the end, that you get each and every detail till the end. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to press the subscribe button and help me get more subscribers. Thank you.